Hi everyone, it's a really beautiful morning here. We have been having some really nice weather, so today I thought I'd just take you around the garden and we'll see what we can harvest, and I'll also take you along as I do some of our morning chores, which is mainly just taking care of our chickens. The chickens are about 3 months old right now, and they're just starting to have some problems because we got a mix of males and females. We just got straight run, and it seems like we have too many males and they are starting to kind of fight with each other and peck at each other. So culling day is fast approaching. We're just gonna give it a few more weeks because this is our first time raising chickens and we're not 100% sure which ones are males and females, and we just want to be sure before we actually go ahead and cull any. But in the end, we're thinking of keeping maybe 2 roosters. We're pretty sure that this barred rock is a rooster, our feathered foot chicken is a rooster, all of our white chickens are roosters, and then a couple of our Americanas as well. I think we have maybe like 8 to 10 roosters for 16 chickens, which is way too many. So in the end, we'll probably end up with 6 to 8 hens and then 2 roosters. This guy looks like a rooster. This is one rooster we want to keep. He's an Americana and he's just so beautiful, and he's not aggressive towards us or really to anyone else, it seems, so we definitely want to keep him. But that coloring is just so pretty. He's one of our favorites. Here's another Americana. We think she's a hen. It's pretty crazy that they looked exactly the same as chicks and now there are so many different colors to them. This is another one that we think is a hen. The hens tend to have more muted coloring, I believe, and all of our darker reds are hens, we think. You can hear that at least one of our chickens has started to crow, which is not a sure sign that they're a rooster actually, because hens can crow, but it is very likely that it's a rooster. And the one that's crowing right now has kind of been going non-stop. It is very noisy. And it's also one of the meaner chickens, so that's probably one that's gonna go into the freezer. Alright, first we're gonna harvest some cucumbers. Here's a really nice sized one here. This is a Chicago pickling. We haven't grown enough yet to do any canned pickles, but we have done fridge pickles, and those have been great. And of course we're having lots of smashed cucumbers, which is our favorite thing. There's another one down here. He's kind of funny shaped, but I think we can go ahead and pick him. Usually when it gets really hot in the middle of the summer, they get really weird shapes like that. This is a silver slicer, and it'll get bigger, so we can leave that one. This one's a miniature white. This is probably our most productive one. They're really small, but we do get a lot of them. And they're very sweet as well.
He's a little small, but you want to get him?
Yeah, I think so. The cucumbers don't seem to be doing that great this year. This is where we planted them last year, so I wonder if there's disease in the soil that affected these, but the leaves pretty much right away looked pretty terrible. Next we're going to grab some tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes have been doing really well, and they're starting to put on a lot. So these first ones here are sun gold, which we love. We are definitely going to grow these again next year. Okay. This speckled roman is so pretty. I have noticed blossom end rot on them. I'm just going to go ahead and pick it. These are a jasper cherry, so they're a red cherry. And these are the craziest plants as far as growth goes. They are by far the longest ones and kind of hard to trellis. They kind of fall down everywhere, but they are productive. I think you could use another day. We'll leave that one. Okay, just cherries here today, I guess. The other ones could use a few days. This is our first okra. These plants took a hit from deer, but they are coming back, and now we are finally getting to harvest, which is awesome. Beautiful. So I think this ear of corn is ready to pick. Yeah, we've only picked one so far, and it could have used a few days, but I think this one is pretty good. The silks have all died back, and the other one, all the kernels were pretty well pollinated, which was great. So let's see if we could just twist this off. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna open it up just a little bit so we can see.
Like a mini corn in there. Looking good.
Nice, that looks pretty great. I was a little worried this year because we didn't have great germination and I wanted a thicker patch of corn so they would pollinate nicely, but so far they seem to have done really well. That's beautiful. I think this variety is called Peaches and Cream. It's a hybrid, like, sweet corn variety. That looks great, huh?
Yeah. It gets fuller as you go down.
Yeah, very nice. Cool. The way to tell if your corn is ready is you can pierce a kernel, and if the liquid comes out milky, then it's ready. These ones probably could have gone a few more days. The liquid is more clear than milky, but that's okay. So now we're at our raised beds, and these are our determinate tomatoes. And we have one that's ready over there. I think this guy's probably ready as well. Next we're gonna get ground cherries. We have been picking so many every day and they just fall to the ground, so they're pretty easy to pick. I actually just found out that ground cherries store really well if you just leave them in their husk. They can stay on the counter for several months, I read, so that's pretty great. They kind of just preserve themselves. These guys are not ready to pick yet, but pretty excited because these yard-long beans are starting to get really nice, and there's so many beans on here. These guys are really close to being ready to harvest. Just all down this cattle panel there are beans. Next we're going to pick some cucamelons. This is our first year successfully growing them, and I'm not sure if we are fans of it. They are just like tiny little cucumbers. They're a little bit tart, so they have like a lemony flavor, but I don't know. I think we just don't really know what the fuss is about. Next year we probably will not grow them, but they are really cute, and I think what I'll do is I'll try pickling them because I think they might be better that way, but eating fresh, I don't know, we don't really see the appeal. They are really starting to produce a lot though. There's a ton on here. Yeah. They took a long time to get going. Okay. I also want to pick more calendula flowers today. Been trying to pick as many of these as possible, and I already have a quart of these dried. Just have to come out every few days and dry them. They're easy to just pinch off, but they are kind of sticky because of that resin that is that has all of those qualities that are so good for skincare. But yeah, they will make your hands pretty sticky. It's so easy to come out here and pick. This thing has so many flowers on it. I just picked a big handful and didn't even make a dent. Lastly, we're going to pick our beans. Been getting a lot of dragon tongue bush beans lately. I found this Asian eggplant down there too. And here's our final harvest. What a nice summer harvest full of tomatoes, cucumbers, corn, classic summer flavors. Hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us today and coming along and seeing what we do in the mornings. And we'll see you again in the next video.